Sweet. Awesome, awesome. We're going to start with our feet out in front of us, sitting up nice and tall. Just take a moment to notice where your sit bones are, where your shoulders are, and make any adjustments. So if your head's a little forward, just be conscious of that. If your shoulders are forward, open up through that chest and take the shoulders down and back. Just be aware of your posture. We're just going to take our arms out, flex our feet, and bend forward towards the toes, and come up and bend a little bit back. Bend forward towards the toes, and bend a little bit back. And one more. And now we're going to come down to the ground. So we're going to take it as a roll down, vertebrae by vertebrae, down to the floor. Is it snowing out? It's freezing. I think it's snowing out, everybody. I can see out my window. Apparently, I have it closed so you guys can see me, but I think I see snowflakes. Super exciting stuff. Okay. Legs in tabletop, arms by our sides. Let's lift. And we're going to do inhales as we beat our arms 5 times, and exhales as we beat them as well. Can't believe it's snowing. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. If I could figure out like an app exercise that I could call the snowflake, that would be awesome. Very thematic. This explains why it's absolutely freezing next to my window. It's probably pretty cold out there. Let's keep breathing in and out. Let's do 2 more cycles of in and out. And then take yourself down. Press to the heels and just push your hips up for a moment, because we do so much in tabletop. Just give the hip flexors a nice little stretch. Lower down. Do it one more time. Lower down. We're going to come back tabletop. Take our arms up over our heads. And we're going to do the dead bug. So arms come back as one leg comes out. Bring it in. Arms come back as the other leg comes out. Bring it in. Great work. Keep that core nice and engaged. Your lower back should be neutral, so just make sure that you're not arching your back as you extend. I don't know if you guys feel this, but when it snows, to me, it just like instantly has this like magical feeling, like, oh, it's a special day, it's snowing. I think that's partially because we live in the city and we don't have to shovel our driveways. So maybe we'd feel differently if it was like the suburbs and then there's a lot of work involved, but it's just really pretty. Let's do 8 more. Great work. Last 4 coming up. Last 2. And last 1. Take the legs down, slide one out in front of you. Just going to take the knee to the chest, stretching that and extending through the leg on the floor so that you are having both of your hips on the ground. Roll the ankle over here. May as well get a little ankle mobility. Why not? Take the leg up, stretch it towards yourself so you can either hold on to the thigh or to the calf and shin. Just get a little stretch there. Try and keep the other leg on the ground to the best of your ability. Take the leg down and return it to the floor. Same thing on the other side. And then we're going to do some single and double leg pulls. I just like to get that range of motion a little bit more comfy first. So take the other leg as we did. Roll that ankle in both directions. Extend the leg upward. And then take it down and drop it to the floor. All right, we're going to now do the exercise. So we're going to lift our chest, keeping our shoulders wide. Lift one leg out in front of us, the other one's bent. Breathe in, switch legs, and switch as you pulse. Again, your spine is in neutral, so your lumbar spine, your lower spine is not arching. In a nice neutral position. If you feel any pressure in your back, your neck, you can put a yoga block there, or like a book or something, or you could use your hand to hold it. We're gonna switch to straight legs after this one. So now we're gonna do the same thing, but straight leg to straight leg. And again, you can modulate how far down you go. So if it's feeling like it's too much, you can come down less far. If you feel like you want to push yourself, you can go down as far as possible, obviously not touching the floor, because the goal is to keep our abs firing the whole time. Let's do 8 more. 6, we're doing sets. This is our last 4. And 1. Take it down. Let your abs take a rest. We did a lot there. And we're going to do some glute bridges. So take the legs in, about hip width apart, towards your butt. Today we're going to roll through all the parts of the spine. So we're going to peel ourselves off, like lower back, middle back, upper back. So we're peeling them off piecemeal as we press through our heels. And then we're going to squeeze those glutes at the top. While we're here, let's open up the chest. Take the hands underneath you, clasp them together. Press the chest up a little higher and walk the shoulder blades in. So your shoulder blades are like little like legs of a bed, and you're the bed. I'm looking at beds online. That's why I'm thinking about beds. Because I'm moving and trying to figure out studio layout. So anyways, you are the bed. Take the hands out, walk out the shoulders, and lower down piecemeal by piecemeal part of your back. Upper, middle, lower. Now we're going to come up again. This time we're going to take the arms behind us. Lower down. Peel the back off as you bring the arms up and above and behind. And lower down. One more time. I think I did glutes yesterday in some workouts, so it's like, hello again. They're already tired because they worked hard. Ideally, it's good to skip days, but that's okay. Great work. And let's come up, bring the arms back, and you're gonna take one leg off and lower and lift. Still keeping your hips in the same elevation and trying not to bend them. Let's do one more. We'll do 5 on each side. Take it down. Get yourself established. Lift the other leg up, keeping the hips level. We're just going to lower and raise for 5. 4 and 5. Take the foot down and lower. Excellent, excellent job. All right, we are going to come into a side position. So you're gonna have your arm out, your legs out, and you're not gonna be like perfectly plank aligned. You're gonna have a little bend, so you can take the legs a tiny bit forward. And you're on your hip, and we're gonna be lifting the legs as we lift our torso towards the legs. So we're basically like, I don't know what you would call this. We're making a long U. So we're lifting up and towards the legs. And I'm not perfectly to the side because then it would be hard to do that. I am angled a little bit towards the back on one hip. Excellent work. And I am sliding the hand near my head with me as I come up, but I'm not using that as my lifter. So this is not doing the heavy lifting. It just kind of has to move because like, where else is it gonna go? 2 more. Last one. Take your top leg, put the heel, and well, the whole foot, sole of the foot should stay on the ground. Flex the bottom foot, and we're gonna lift and lower for 10. And then we're gonna flip over and do this on the other side. Fun stuff. Great work. Last one. You guys can roll over or flip over. We're gonna do the other side. All right. That's a fun one. I really like that one. Makes me very happy. All right, so we do it on the other side. Exciting stuff. Again, you don't have to be in a perfect plank. You're going to take the legs slightly forward and making a tiny L, and you're gonna be leaning slightly back onto that hip. As you come down, you're gonna lift and reach towards those feet and lower. So we're crunching, not really crunching, but we're lifting the torso as we lift the legs. Great work. That was 6. We're going to do 12 because that's what we did on the other side, assuming I counted right. If you're having trouble, you don't have to lift as high, or you can keep your hand here to sort of push yourself up, but then you're going to be using your arm muscles. So ideally, see if you can lift from the core. 12. Magical. Top foot down, bottom foot flexed, and we lift and lower for 10. This is one of my favorite exercises because I used to see when I was doing ballet growing up, this one girl would always do this before class, and it just looked very elegant and dancer-like to me. I don't know why. So it holds like a weirdly special place in my heart. 3 more. Awesome work. Let's roll onto our backs. Now I'm facing the other way. This is the extent of my travel this year. All right. We are going to engage those obliques more and do some bicycles. Hands behind the head. Try and keep the chest wide. It's another nice chance to expand through the chest and not let this happen because we do enough of this all day while typing. So expand through the chest. Hands behind the head, chest so wide, legs up. Extend one out. Take your torso up and over towards that knee. really use the torso to do it. The arm does go with you, but make sure you're not doing this because then you're like cheating yourself. Make sure you actually are twisting. And it is still snowing. Oh my goodness. I didn't read the weather. I guess I live under a rock, but like, so nice. Keep going. Check in. Is your lower back still neutral? You feel an arch? Maybe lift the legs up higher so you develop strength to support that back. Keep going. I actually do have an exercise. If we all had a like a foam roller or something to lie on, we could do like a chest stretch that would be snow themed, but it's abs class A. You probably don't have one, but it's like a snow angel thing. It's kind of fun. It's kind of adorable. Keep going. You got it. Four more. Three more. Two more. Last one. Woo woo. Lower it down. Now we're going to take the legs in front of us. They're very slightly open, like hip distance. They're approximately flexed. We're going to take our arms above and behind, and we're going to sit up, rolling up. So we're going to take our arms out in front of us. Use our core to sit ourselves up nice and straight. When you're here, take a second to retract your shoulder blades because maybe they won't be. I just have this problem. Your shoulder blades may be protracted front. Just take them back, slide them back. Bend front. Come back to the top and roll vertebrae by vertebrae that we did earlier all the way to the ground. Take the arms back again. Come on up. Again, find that good posture. It's a good time just to remind yourself of good posture that you ideally want to have in life, not just right now. And roll it back down. Great work. Your arms support you a little bit, but try not to like swing them. And roll it back down. Come on up. And roll it down. Again, modifications, legs in makes it a little easier. You can also lift part way if that feels like it's a good challenge. Wherever you're at, just make sure that you are challenging yourself. Take it up and forward and down. Let's do four more. Three more. Two more. Last one. And let's stay up. We're going to take our legs a tiny bit wider. It doesn't have to be super wide. Flexing those feet. And we're going to do the saw. So take the arms out nice and wide. Again, chest open, shoulders down and back. Sitting up nice and tall, not slouching, but sitting up. If you're doing this, take a minute bit. It'll be easier to sit up straight. Rotate through the torso. Bend forward past the little toe on the opposite foot of hand. Take it up and center. Other way. Twist through the back. Lean yourself forward and come up. Great work. Try and keep a nice straight back. Let's do one more on each side. And we're gonna do some bird dog stuff. Shake it out. Bring the legs in. We're gonna come to all fours. Nice flat back. Shoulders and wrists aligned, hips and knees aligned. Get a nice light back, nice flat back. First, let's just do a little cat and cow. Should feel really nice to stretch across the abdominals after all that stuff we did earlier. Come back to a neutral spine. We're going to maintain that neutral spine and neutral alignment. We're going to take one leg and lift it off to the back. So all we're doing is we are adding a leg. And we're going to take the other arm out. Lower and raise for 10. Last 2 coming up. Last 1. Bring them down to the center. Check in with yourself, check with your posture. If you did any adjustments while you were doing that, try and find your neutral to start fresh. Take the other leg out. The other arm out. And we're gonna lift and lower for 10. And there goes my yoga block, because apparently I'm not a neat person. Not news to me. Maybe that's not news to you either, because you kind of see that I just move the clutter so that we get out of class. Great work. Three more. And lower. The next thing we're going to do, I'm just going to spin so I don't hit that, is we are going to, from our tabletop, lift one leg, bring it over the body, keeping it at the same elevation, tap the ground, and come back. And we're going to look towards that leg as we tap and come back, tap and come back. Great work. Last one. Now we're going to take knee to elbow, to the best of your ability, towards elbow, I should say. And then we're going to do this on the other side, as you probably expected. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Try and keep the leg at the same elevation. I wasn't being the best demonstrator of that, but let's do the other side. Let me see how we're in time. Okay, we'll have to wrap up after this one. Get in your position. Take the leg up. Tap it down to the other side. And come back. Look away, tap. Halfway there. And 10. Now knee towards elbow for 10. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Take it down. Come into a child's pose. Just let your back relax. Pressing down into those heels through your glutes. Sit on up. Let's come to a straddle. Doesn't be wide. Just gonna take our arm side. Stretch out through the obliques. Come on up. Stretch the other side. One more time. Awesome job. Take the feet in. Let's just sit up nice and tall. Roll the shoulders front and back. Send yourself over the legs for a brief stretch. Squeeze one in there. Come on up. Let's just take one moment. I'll turn sideways. Let's just do our mental posture check. Where are we? Are our shoulders where they need to be? Are they not? Our neck where it needs to be. Just feel where you're at. Feel what good posture should be as your mental note to try and sustain this through our working from home endless experience. Take the arms up. Take them down to open the chest, cactus in the arms out, just to kind of reinforce that. And I send you all on your merry way. Have a good rest of your Tuesday. I will see you all hopefully on Thursday or tomorrow at 8:30 for Rise and Stretch.
Great. Thanks,
Thanks, Julie. All right, take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.